Okay. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to learn certain edits throughout the year. The first one is going to be cropping. Now, what you guys are going to do is you're going to look through any of the pictures you've taken, even single object pictures. And what you are going to do is you're going to pick out pictures that the composition could be made better if you do some cropping. So it could be any, like I said again, any picture whatsoever that you've taken thus far this year. So, but what you want to do is you want to open it in Photoshop. So you do File, Open. Oh, I'm not connected to the network drive. Don't forget you have to connect to the network drive. I was connected before. I don't know why I'm not anymore. So remember, when you connect to network drive, you go to the Earth, you go to SVMFS5, Home Share, Groups, All Students. I know this is a pain, but it's what we got to do. Amaker Digital Photo. And then once you're in there, you have the FS1, you're good. You can log out, you can X out of those. So in Photoshop, you would do File, Open, and then you would go to your file, FS1. Come on. Digital photo. We are period 5. Go to your folder, go to best 12 or whatever. Go to whatever picture that you want to do. Okay. So let's say I'm doing this one. Okay. Which isn't my picture. But let's say I do this one and I say, okay, I'm looking at this right now. And the focal point is right in the middle of the page. So what I can do is I can cut away part of this and make it a rule of thirds instead. Because remember, the subject in the middle of the page is not amazing. So what I'm going to do is I would take this tool. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th tool down in your toolbar. And then I would take that tool and you can see these little kind of handles come up. And you guys are probably pretty good at this already because it's similar to how you would crop pictures like on your iPhone or whatever. But what I can do is I can now pull these and see the rule of thirds line comes up to kind of help you. So I could pull it there and see it actually shows you what the picture would look like. Or I could pull the other side and that could show me what the picture would look like. I could pull it down and up too as well. I'm going to pull that down a smidge. And now I have a pretty decent rule of thirds because the focal point, which is the camera right here, is actually on the crosshairs of 2 rule of thirds lines. So that looks much better than it was before. So then when I'm done, I'm going to hit the check mark. And then if I like it, I'm going to save it. So you would make a new folder in your network folder called cropping. And then whenever I say we're going to be doing edits today, that's where you would save the photos that you would do your cropping. So File, Save as a copy because you still want it to be saved as a JPEG. You'd make sure you're in your folder. I am, but you would have a new folder called cropping. I'm going to make sure it says JPEG here, not Photoshop, because sometimes if you pull it up in Photoshop and do an edit to it, it'll save it as a PSD file. You want to save it as a JPEG file and then hit save. And that is it.